What up, what up? Welcome to Mr. Brown's class where there's no whining and no complaining. Today we're looking at combining like terms, and this is a difficult topic, right? We're going to start off easy and then work our way up. Okay, so when we talk about like terms, they have to be exactly the same when it comes to the variables and the exponents. Right? So on this one, we have an x on this term, and we have an x on this term. Well, we can put these together and we just add them like normal. Okay, so 12x. Okay, it doesn't become 12x squared. Right? When we're adding, let me put this over here. X plus x is 2x. Right? X times x is x squared. All right? So this is just 12x. Now, if we would add like an exponent here, then we can't put them together. Okay? So 5x squared plus 7x, we can't put together because they're not like terms. They have to be exactly the same. All right? Let's look at this one. Now, all of them have a y. So we can put all three of these terms together. Okay? Now, we've talked about when it's subtraction, we're adding the opposite. All right? So whenever it's subtraction, we're adding the opposite. So then we just treat it like regular integers. Okay? Adding regular integers. So negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1y. Negative 1y plus 5 is 4y. And that would be our answer. That's as far as we can go. We're simplifying things. We're combining and putting as much together as possible. Okay, so again, it's not to the third or anything. We just can put the like things together. Okay, now let's look at this one. Because this one they mess around a little bit with. Okay, so this one has xy. This has a. These cannot go together. Okay, now this one has yx. Now yx is the same as xy. Right, so these two can go together. Now, what I like to do is circle the things or put a square around the things that can go together. All right, so 6xy plus 4xy is 10xy. And we like to write things in alphabetical order. Right, so this one was a little bit out of order, but it was still the same as this. Because it's being multiplied together, we can mix it around using the commutative property. Now, this has no other like thing, so our answer is just left like this. We're getting into ugly looking answers. All right, so we can't put the xy with an a. All right, only xy's with xy's. Only a's with a's. All right, so let's look at this one. See if you can do this one on your own. Okay, so we have an x to the 5th here. We have an x to the 5th here, and it's a plus. Remember that there's an imaginary 1 in front. So what's 1 plus 1? 2x to the 5th. Notice nothing changes with the exponents. All right, so x to the 5th plus x to the 5th is 2x to the 5th, not to the 10th. All right, only change the exponents when we're multiplying. Now we have a y. Let's put a square around this. All right, we have 1y to the 3rd plus 1y to the 3rd. All right, that's going to be 2y to the 3rd. And again, we can't put these together because this is x to the 5th. All right, and this is a y to the 3rd. Now this one, we got a lot going on here. All right, so let's find the things that are alike. So we have a 3k squared, so we need to look for k squareds. Well, here we have a minus 2k squared, and we have a plus 4k squared. But then we have a k, which is not a k squared, right? X to the fourth, right? So that doesn't go with that. Here we have a kx to the fourth. So these are the same, all right? So we can put these two together, all right? So we can put these three together because they're k squareds, and these are kx to the fourth. So here we go with 3 minus 2, right? That's 1k squared, okay? 1k squared plus 4k squared is 5k squared, right? So we can put those together. The exponents don't change. Now we have a positive 2kx to the fourth plus 1kx to the fourth. That's going to be 3kx to the fourth. And again, like I said, that's all you can do, right? Because they're not the same. See if you can figure out the next one on your own. Pause it. Okay, so we have let's look, x to the third, y to the third. Do you see another x to the third, y to the third? Oh, I messed up. This is to the second. All right, so now pause it and see if you can get it. Okay, do you see another x squared to y to the third? Well, look, this one, again, is the same as this one. All right, they're just in a different order. X squared second, y to the third, but they'll go together. Okay, now we have a positive 1xy, and we have a negative 5yx. Again, xy and yx are the same thing. So what's 2 minus 8? We can put those together. 2 minus 8 is negative 6x squared y to the third. All right, and we have a 1 minus 5. That's going to be negative 4xy. All right, so it gets tricky there, all right, with those. All right, let me give you a couple more that you can try. Okay, why don't you pause it and see if you can answer these three on your own. Okay, so let's look for like things together. So we have an x to the third. Here we have an x to the third. Here we have a z squared. And at the end we have a z squared. And all of these are positive, and all of them have an imaginary 1 at the front. So this is pretty easy. So 1x to the third plus 1x to the third is 2x to the third. Right? 1z squared plus 1z squared is 2z squared. Okay, so that one's pretty easy. All right, what about this one? All right, here we have a n to the third. Here we have an n to the third. These two are nx squareds. So we can put these two together. Okay, they're exactly the same. All right, the exponents are the same and everything. All right, so 5 plus 2 is 7 n to the third. All right, and then we have 4 plus 1, 5 nx squared. And that's as far as you can go. All right, what about this one? We have an xy. Okay, so here's an xy. 2 plus 3xy. Right, so that's 5xy. All right, here we have a 4x squared z minus 5x squared z. So what's 4 minus 1? It's a negative 1x squared z. Now, on Schoology, you don't have to put that 1. You could just put minus for negative, and that would be your answer. All right, bada bing, bada boom. If you like this video, make sure that you subscribe and like below, and remember to be more awesome.